Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Melissa Frank, Senior Marketing Specialist at Catron, and I'll be the moderator for today's webinar. I'm joined by Rich Evans, Global Application Engineering Manager at Catron, and Rich has over 25 years of experience supporting rail yard operations and customers. He has been an instrumental part of Catron's product management team, helping to develop and implement locomotive remote control systems across all levels of rail yard operations. Over the next 30 minutes, Rich will review the pressures rail operations are facing today and how Catron's portfolio of transport locomotive remote control systems can alleviate these pressures. We'll wrap up the session with how you can learn more about Catron and our transport products, leaving time at the end to field your questions. I'll now turn the presentation over to Rich.
Good morning. I'd like to thank everyone in attendance today. I'll be discussing the new line of radio remote control systems that Catron has recently released. Prior to getting into the new systems, I'd like to share what the pressures are that the railroads are faced with today. Rail operations in America are all facing the same pressures, whether you're a Class 1 railroad or an industrial steel mill operation. Railroad work, as we all know, can be very dangerous work, and railroads are always looking at technology to advance worker safety. This is where Catron can help. Catron offers a full line of radio remote control systems from the most basic to the most advanced system, improving the safety of workers in rail yard environments. While emphasis has been placed on safety, Catron also understands the importance customers place on productivity. Our line of radio remote control solutions includes software and hardware that enforce the safe use of locomotives in the yard, as well as providing advanced functionality, which makes running the locomotive easy and fast. Catron's family of transport products include an entry-level system up to the most advanced. Catron's system features and functions are extensive to meet the rail yard operational demands. Catron offers 4 different systems which allow our customers to choose the best system based on the customer's needs and operational budgets. All of our transport products are based on the system design principles 49 CFR 22915. With Catron's radio remote control systems deployed across the USA and in use since the early 1970s, accident rates are continually improving year over year. One of the largest contributing factors are the year-over-year increase of Catron radio remote control systems being implemented. As rail traffic continues to increase in America, the potential for more accidents exists. Therefore, the railroads will be looking at technology to play a critical role to increase safety across the network. One thing all rail operations has in common is the safety of rail workers and an industry goal of 0 accidents. Railroads realize that safety will never end and that until they achieve their goal of an accident-free future. As early as 2006, Catron has seen reports showing that RCL technology in use across rail operations in America are improving the overall safety of rail yard operations. As noted in this slide, the human factors are half of what that is of conventional use locomotives. As railroads advance technology, Catron is continually working with our rail customers to design and develop new products meeting the extreme demands from our rail customers. As Catron continues working with our customers on new RCL deployments across the system, Catron continues to listen carefully to problems our customers bring to our attention. Catron's team of more than 50 engineers are continually working on and releasing new technology to solve the problems brought to our attention. As smart sensors are adding valuable data into the safe operation of trains, Catron will continue to advance our technology, reviewing and using shared data to promote and achieve the safety milestones for the rail industry. The Catron data that is uploaded into the cloud from the Catron Tasvera data and acquisition software has played a critical role solving customer rail yard problems. The remainder of this presentation is going to focus on the 4 pillars discussed earlier. Those pillars are safety, productivity, ownership/operational expenses, compliance to regulation and industry standards for all of the transport systems. The family of transport rail products are a complete line of wireless radio remote control systems to handle the industry's safety and productivity needs from Class 1 railroads all the way down to in-plant rail operations. This includes steel mills, lumber yards, grain load-out facilities, and rail yards moving hazardous cargo. Catron has thousands of systems in operation across America and around the world. Here's our full line of radio remote control solutions Catron is now offering. Transport VS, our variable speed control system, is a fully FRA compliant system designed exclusively for the Class 2 and Class 3 railroads. Our Transport CC, or our cruise control transport product. Our Transport TC, which is our transport throttle control system. And the industry's latest Transport QC, our quick connect system. Now let's take a closer look into each one of the systems above. Transport VS is a variable speed control system permanently mounted to the locomotive. It's FRA compliant and ideal for Class 2 and Class 3 rail operations. Transport VS is built upon many of the same core functionality and safety features included in Catron's top-of-the-line, AccuSpeed, and belt pack system architecture. What sets this apart from any other system is the integrated speed control feature. The system automatically controls the throttle and brake, allowing the remote control operator to stay focused on the movement. Integrated speed control into the RCL system increases productivity and eases training. With the RCL system automatically controlling the locomotive throttle and brake to maintain the commanded speed, the remote control operator no longer requires in-depth knowledge of how to operate functions of a locomotive to move efficiently through a rail yard, thus increasing rail yard productivity. The Transport VS system controls every aspect of the locomotive to maintain a commanded speed, which allows the remote control operator to remain focused on the move and what's in front of them. The system's been completely redesigned, removing hardware and interfaces, making this a more cost-effective solution while increasing reliability and performance of RCL operations. The Transport VS is supplied complete in a single enclosure. Transport's VS unique speed control algorithms are leading the industry with the best overall speed control performance, whether it's light engine, small, short, heavy trains, or long, heavy trains. The performance has been continually improved over years of review of operational data. Catron's exclusive BCF file structure allows for quick speed control adjustments for special operational circumstances, such as extreme grades within a yard. The system can operate with 1 or 2 remote control operators. This is commonly referred to as a primary and secondary operator. This allows our customers to continue to use 2 remote control operators in a yard for fast and safe operations. System includes yard rule enforcement that does not allow remote control operators to operate in an unsafe manner, or worse yet, break yard rules. For example, speed limits within a yard. Our OCU tilt protection detects whether or not an operator has become incapacitated, such as fainting from dehydration, or has fallen while operating the locomotive. The man down feature, used in conjunction with the OCU tilt feature, alerts yard personnel that an operator's tilt has activated, as well as enunciating the locomotive number and transmitting a 911 DTMF tone. Automatic safety override, an exclusive safety feature only found in Catron systems that take action before the remote control operators even know something's failed. This enforces a full system safety stop. Catron's TazVeri online app allows you to interact with the system from the convenience of your office or anywhere in the world. Troubleshooting, yard layout and improvements, training reviews, accident recreation are all possible with this tool. There are just so many features that are standard or can be added in that I would ask you to consult with the factory or sales team member to review with you all the features this system has to offer. Moving into our Transport CC, this is a cruise control based system. It's permanently mounted into the locomotive and it's ideal for in-plant rail operations. Transport CC is built upon many of the same core functionality and safety features included in our Transport VS. Like the VS, this system includes the same software architecture, speed control functionality integrated into the design that makes this system the gold standard for in-plant rail operations. It's also affordable. Catron speed control from our top-of-the-line remote control systems has now been fully integrated into our in-plant rail system, allowing for increased productivity, safety, and ease of training. Traditional radio remote control systems for in-plant rail require a lot of locomotive training and knowledge. With cruise control, the system makes operating the locomotive easy and safe. The Transport CC was designed to allow the operator to remain focused on the movement versus commanding locomotive functions on the transmitter to maintain locomotive movement. Operators can be trained quickly to move trains around the yard while watching for any apparent dangers. This system comes standard with the following functions and features. Catron's exclusive speed control. Operator brake override features. While supplied with the system, these are not commonly used. The Transport CC comes pre-configured to control the basic locomotive functions as listed above. However, the system is extremely flexible and the features and functions can easily be added into the system, meeting the vast majority of customer needs. All Catron's transport systems include heated cabinets during cold weather use, eliminating concerns of freeze up in cold weather climates. All of the transport systems are single enclosure systems. There's no guesswork involved as to what is radio remote control hardware and what is not. Remote control equipment is not scattered about the locomotive. The next slide is a 2-minute video clip of our Transport CC system and the most common features of the system.
Introducing Transport CC, a revolutionary locomotive remote control system with cruise control functionality designed for plant rail operations. The Transport CC is built off our legendary AccuSpeed and BeltPack speed control design. This industry-first cruise control technology enables operators to set the speed while the system takes over to maintain the commanded speed. The compact single cabinet design reduces space requirements in the cab. Minimal locomotive knowledge and limited operator training is required to run the system. Transport CC features a configurable speed selection lever for up to 8 speeds, train brake override, emergency brake, vigilance protection, tilt protection, sand control, bail control, and the system adapts to multiple variations of horn and bell control. The system can be configured to control front and rear headlights on the locomotive. These can be customized for off-on, dim-bright, or off-dim-bright. A heated cabinet will prevent airline freeze-up, as Transport CC is designed to sustain temperatures below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Transport CC is compatible with the Transport OCU, paddle and toggle OCUs, and the AO Series OCU. Transport CC is part of Catron's complete line of transport products, offering long-lasting durability and reliability that minimize downtime and ensure your system delivers the lowest cost of ownership in the industry. For more information or to arrange a demo, visit catron.com.
The Transport TC, it's also a permanently mounted radio remote control entry-level system with a very low total cost of ownership for existing RCL users and new RCL users. Catron's completely redesigned the throttle brake system, which has taken it from a 3 or 4 or 5 enclosure system to a single enclosure. The compact design allows for a fast and cost-effective installations. The Transport TC utilizes the same baseline of software and hardware as the Transport speed-based systems. The Transport TC was developed from the transport speed control systems previously discussed, which allows this system to be upgraded and modified into a transport CC at a later time, providing our customers options after the purchase as operations may change. The Transport TC offers new features that allow end users to customize certain steps of their independent and train brake pressures. The basic configuration of the Transport TC is equipped to control the throttle, independent brake, directional control, horn, bell, and OCU tilt detection. The Transport TC is customizable and can have additional functions added to meet the client's needs. The system is supplied in a complete single enclosure. Moving into our Transport QC, it's the industry's lightest single enclosure, coming in at under 65 pounds. It's portable quick connect locomotive remote control system designed for plant rail operations in North America. The patent pending cradle allows for fast installation on numerous handrail designs on locomotives. It includes a patent pending horn and bell design. System times are usually measured in minutes for installation. A typical install is 5 minutes or less. The system has integrated carrying handles, making moving the system from locomotive to locomotive very easy. Quarter turn quick connect MU hose connections make the pneumatic connections easy and fast. This works with the standard AAR MU electrical connector. The Transport QC interfaces directly to the electric and pneumatic MU connections, allowing you direct access to control the most common electrical and pneumatic functions of a locomotive. Those are throttle, direction, generator field, independent brake, train brake, and bail. The Transport QC is supplied also in a complete single enclosure with the installation cradle and integrated horn and bell solution. In order to use and install the Transport QC, you must have a standard AAR configured electrical MU and pneumatic connections. The latest innovation in operator control units compatible with all three in-plant rail systems is our newest transmitter, the Transport OCU. It's lightweight and extremely rugged. Its shell is based on proven quality and reliability from our industrial market segment. The reduction in weight is intended on reducing operator fatigue when wearing an OCU over an 8-hour shift. Each function has been strategically placed on usage. The Transport OCU has a built-in GPS receiver allowing you to locate a lost OCU, as well as watch an operator in action using a Google Earth overlay in conjunction with our TazVeri software. The integrated Bluetooth receiver in the OCU allows our customers new ways to connect to the OCU to extract operational data for analysis. Infrared OCU assignments from locomotive to locomotive reduces the overall number of OCUs required for a yard. It also allows us to upload or add new software updates to the OCU without having to open it up. The OCU also comes now with an integrated OCU antenna for most RF spectrums, which reduces antenna breakage. Integrated GPS receiver allows you to locate your asset when turned on. It allows you to watch operators and how they operate the locomotive, which will allow you to look for training issues. When coupled with TazVeri, you can quickly locate and have operational views connected to Google Earth. This OCU utilizes our revolutionary synchronized time sharing RF technology. This advanced RF technology allows up to 20 OCUs and 10 locomotives to operate on a single frequency. This is commonly used in areas where there is little RF spectrum left for licensed RF operations. Catron offers a full line of radio remote control railroad solutions from Class 1 rail all the way through to in-plant rail. Catron is leading the industry in technology, innovation, and safety. Our latest release of rail products are intended to improve overall production and at a lower total cost of ownership. Catron is leading the way while always keeping up to date on regulatory mandates, standards, or global norms. In addition to our full suite of global rail solutions, Catron offers radio remote controls, emergency stops, engine and pump control and software solutions to industrial, mining, agricultural, oil and gas, municipal, mobile equipment, and rental equipment markets. Stay up to date with our news and product announcements by visiting our website. You can follow us on LinkedIn under Catron Global. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to learn more about our products and view product demos.
Thank you, Rich. A lot of great information there. Appreciate it. As a reminder, if anyone has any questions, please go ahead and submit them now through the Q&A panel found in Zoom. All right, one of the first questions have already come in, Rich, and it's around cost savings. You mentioned these products are all single enclosure, which is an improvement over the previous multiple enclosure models. What type of labor savings have we seen achieved during installation?
Thanks, Melissa. That's a good question. The installation savings that we've seen to date are our traditional systems prior to the launch of the new products would typically take about 5 days to install. We're seeing installations now take no more than 2 days. That's a huge savings over what it was previously 5 days, as well as there's far less space required inside the cab of the locomotive.
Fantastic. Okay, next question. It's got 3 parts to it, Rich, so I'm gonna kind of go over them one by one. All of these questions are related to the transport QC. Is it PSP compatible?
The QC is not PSP compatible.
I think I can answer this next one. Class 1 railroad possible? This is for plant rail, correct?
It is intended for in-plant rail use. However, there may be operational scenarios where the transport QC could be used in Class 1 rail.
Okay. And finally, is the QC compatible with the belt pack OCU?
It is not.
All right. Next question. Do these products have some kind of safety feature if the locomotive exceeds the range of the belt pack?
Yes. This answer holds true for all of our products. If the system goes out of range of the OCU, there's extensive hardware and software in each one of the systems that will detect that it's out of range or it's no longer communicating with any one of the OCUs. And at that point, we go into a full safety stop, which depending on the technology or the type of transmitter you've selected, that time period can range from 1.5 seconds up to 5 seconds.
Great. Do Catron products apply in any engine despite the maker model? Is there any minimum model over which Catron products can be installed?
Yeah, so this is an easy one. These systems can be adapted to any of the types of locomotives that are out there. So, typically we see EMDs, GEs, but that doesn't exclude like some of the old Elco locomotives, which are, you almost never hear of those. Or we've even integrated these and put these onto old Plymouth style locomotives. And certainly, I don't want to exclude any type of rail car movers. So they can also be integrated and used on those as well.
Great. Next, for those that are attending the webinar that don't have deep engine knowledge, how do Catron products take control of the engine's function?
Sure. So with every locomotive, there's always the possibility of having different types of control systems within the locomotive itself. But for purposes of this question, the control stand in the locomotive obviously has manual controls, and typically it's idle through 8 steps. And at that point, what the system does is we interface to the A, B, C, and D valve of the locomotive. So it's an electrical connection where we have digital outputs that interface to the locomotive circuitry, and the radio remote control system can select any one of those 8 steps, just as if you were inside the locomotive.
Great. Next question. Thinking of the comments of the two operators control, how does Catron visualize the whole rail yard situation and inventory per track and convenient turnout to play blocking and classification?
That's a good question. I'm not sure I completely understand the content wrapped around a two operator controller, but the flexibility of the system allows it to be a single man user radio remote control system, or if the operational situation in the yard relies on having a two-man operation, it's very easy to do. So if you're providing point protection at a very long train, or some of the shove or the moves that you make within the yard require two operators to hand control back and forth to one another, the system is capable of doing that. And it's quite intuitive with an operator display that's telling the operator exactly what's happening and who's in control. One of the things to note, since this was brought up, is that both operators, when they're in this pitch and catch or in primary, secondary operation, both operators are always under their safety features. So tilt protection for both operators is enforced, as well as the secondary operator can use their horn and bell at any point in time, or they can command an emergency brake, bringing the locomotive to a stop. So safety is always at the top.
Great. Another question that came in, what type of automation do these products offer?
Yeah, so from an automation perspective, that's really key, and that's what I was pointing out in most of the systems up front. It's speed control. The system, we have years and years of development under our belt, basically improving the speed control algorithms that we have in our system. So what that gives you from an automation perspective is you literally have very little interaction with the handheld controller. So what I mean by that is you have a vigilance switch. You hit that vigilance switch, which gives the OCU permission to come off of stop. Once you come off of stop, you simply just select the speed. At that point, once you make the selection for speed, or you command the speed that you want to move the locomotive, this is the automation side. The system automatically will control all the functions of the locomotive, keeping it at that maintained speed. And the important thing here is that's really critical. So if you're light engine, if you're an engine with just several cars, where they're empties or they're loads, it took us quite some time to perfect this, but we have the leading speed controller algorithms, and they're by far perfected. So the automation really is in the system software, and that's really where the magic happens.
Okay, I think we have time for one final question, Rich. Do these products come with their respective remote control, or do they adapt to other handheld remote controls?
Great question. So the in-plant rail solutions can use any one of the controllers that were shared in the video. The only limiting factor is the transport VS. It only uses our OCU3 transmitter exclusively, but the other three systems, we can use our toggle controller with side paddles, paddle controller, AO style controller, or one of our latest releases is our transport OCU. So we have a lot of options. And I know we're out of time, but under all those options, we look for customers' feedback on how we can customize it to their needs.
Great, thank you, Rich. As we mentioned, we are out of time for today. If we didn't have a chance to address your question, or I know there were a few questions that came in about marketing materials and pricing, we'll have a Catron sales representative follow up with you directly. If we weren't able to answer your question live today, again, we will reach out to you directly after the webinar to get you a response. As a reminder, everyone will receive a follow-up email tomorrow with a link to the replay. If you have any questions or want to speak with a Catron sales representative about any of the products you heard about today, please email marketing@catron.com. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.
Thank you.